Today, Scott Cawthorn is working on a new Five Nights at Freddy's game, and it's not what you think. This is CheckPoint.
Welcome to CheckPoint. So, Graham, how was your Halloween?
It was okay. I don't think people recognize my Professor Pigglesworth costume, though.
Do you think it's because Professor Pigglesworth hasn't actually appeared in any sort of media except this show, and even that was several years ago?
That might have been it. Also, it probably didn't help that my costume was just a top hat. No need to stock up on The Dew when Fallout 4 drops next month. As Bethesda announced last week, you'll be able to buy bottles of Nuka-Cola Quantum at Target. I'm a big fan of clever merch tie-ins, but I don't actually want a glowing blue cola. I love Skyrim. Don't actually want to drink skooma. Huge Star Trek fan. Never been attracted to Klingon blood wine. Luckily, this is just a special label on a bottle of Jones Soda Blue Berry Lemonade. Which is honestly a little sad. I'd much rather it taste utterly crazy and maybe even gross than just normal and palatable. In the UK, Carlsberg is making a Fallout 4 beer. And if you want to pay £30 for a 12-pack of Pilsner, it's there for you.
There's a new installment of the much-beloved horror franchise Five Nights at Freddy's coming, and it looks different. Here, watch this clip. As you can see, the characters are cute and cuddly and friendly and pointedly not trying to murder you. Unsurprisingly, online reaction has been mixed. Some people think that creator Scott Cawthorn has just gone crazy and just given his last fuck. Some people think he's just trying to appeal to a different segment of the game's fan base. And some people think, like me, this whole thing's an elaborate ruse and you're going to be going along playing this game that will become pants-shittingly terrifying out of nowhere. And whatever it turns out to be, well played, Scott! You've figured out a way to get people to still care about Five Nights at Freddy's despite the fact that you've released 4 games in 2 years! You milked this franchise for every last red cent. You deserve it.
Hey, Early Access fans, there's a fun new thing to check out on Steam. It's called Jäsøn, or Jäsøn, apparently, and it's a satirical horror web series for sale on Steam's Early Access. Yeah, Steam, the place where you buy software, games to play, is where you can buy for $7 US a web series about a serial killer who can't bring himself to kill anyone. So what do you actually get when you buy this not game on Steam? Apparently, there are some promo images and even a piece of music buried in the Steam apps directory, but the actual Jäsøn executable launches, I am being totally serious here, a notepad document with the creator's explanation of what crowdfunding is and how you should support the series. It's shit like this that makes people think crowdfunding is a joke. If I had to scrape together every last scrap of fuck to give and maybe hand this project some kind of benefit of the doubt, the screenshot that ruins it is the one proclaiming that the series will contain satire, sarcasm, and humor, so maybe overly sensitive people might not like it. Sorry, Jäsøn, you're just too edgy for me.
Nintendo's finally revealed what its first smartphone game is going to be. Not Mario, Zelda, Animal Crossing, Pokemon, or even motherfucking Luigi. It's not even a game, in fact. It's a social networking app called MiiTomo. MiiTomo is a service that allows shy people to share information about themselves through the guise of their Miis, allowing them to open up and have conversations with their friends. And that's it. And if you're sitting there, mouth hanging slightly ajar, you're not the only one. Many people are confused, and the market reacted poorly. Stocks of both Nintendo and their mobile partner DNA dropped sharply in after-hours trading. But clearly you don't understand the app. Imagine you are Japanese or Korean. You love Line. You would do anything for your bae Brown. We have spent hundreds of dollars on stickers. If you understood any of what I just said, you now understand MiiTomo. And if you're still 3 sentences back, desperately trying to figure out what brown is, just close your eyes and let it wash over you.
Sega has begun its annual round of Sonic apologizing, and it's pretty bad this time. We're kind of worried about them. Following the awful reception of Sonic Boom: Rise of Lyric, Sega's COO Chris Olsen said we can expect, quote, a greater focus on quality going forward. As opposed to what? What were you doing before? And how much greater if your current focus is, say, 1, technically 2 is greater? Speaking on the failure of Sonic Boom and how they were trying to target a younger audience to middling success, Olsen said, quote, "There's still a very large-sized audience with old-school Sonic fans who grew up with the Genesis. And, quote, we have an obligation to the fans of Sonic and the consumer," implying that those are different groups of people. Olsen continued, quote, "When we look at bringing Sonic to modern-day gamers, we obviously want to appeal to as many people as possible, but still focus on what it means to be Sonic and a Sonic game. Maybe that might lose some fans along the road, but we're picking up new fans that will hopefully grow with us as Sonic grows." So are you focusing on veteran Sonic fans or not? You don't even know what you want. But it's hard to blame Olsen when Sonic fans are part of the problem, as we detailed in this story from almost 6 years ago.
To be clear, we're talking about emotional abuse, neglect. Suddenly it wasn't about his relationship with the players, but about an ever-increasing portfolio of vices.
And then he started bringing home chows and other girls, like Amy Rose, and things, like Big the Cat, and then in 2003 he brought home a gun. It was so...
Sonic 4 is not the first time Sonic's tried for a clean slate. In 2006, he promised a fresh start, only to engage in bestiality. That is, he, being an animal, started having relations with humans. Then in 2008, he came to the bargaining table with what looked, at first, like a return to his old self, only to surprise his most intimate fans with a werehog, an inner demon most couldn't have even imagined.
I never knew he had an animal in him. I never imagined. I loved him. I hate him.
But despite his checkered history, fans seem anxious to give the blue streak yet another chance with Sonic 4.
I suppose I'd try Sonic 4. I mean, it looks pretty good, right?
Fans don't seem to know what they want. Sega doesn't seem to know what they want. Has anyone asked Sonic what he wants? I'm betting he wants to die.
Whoa, that's a little dark.
I can't help it. It's gone on so long, it's not even fun to make jokes about Sonic anymore. It's just sad.
Every time I hear Sonic news, it's like I'm slowing down to check out a highway pileup. Will I see limbs and blood? Maybe this time.
Do you hope to see limbs and blood?
I would if I knew it was Sonic in the accident.
Ooh, this did get dark.
Coming up, Warner Brothers has re-released Arkham Knight now that it's fixed. And by fixed, they mean fixed for some, and still incredibly ass-busted for others.
Yeah, that was an episode of ENN from February 2010.
Jesus.
When Sonic 4 was coming out.
So it's only 5 years and 8 months.
Hello, CheckPoint fans! A reminder that CheckPoint, much like everything we do, is now supported by you directly through Patreon. Please check it out. We would really appreciate it.